Good morning, good morning. It's coffee time versus walk time this morning. And what do you think might be the most feared word in the English language? Any ideas? Um, have a quick think about it before I give you the answer. And the thing about this is this is probably one of the very, very, very first words that we learn and that we start to understand in helping us make decisions. Any ideas? Yeah, you're right. It's the word no. And I found this very interesting because I'm doing some research for AI and natural language processing in my tech world. And I was just curious, what is the most feared word in the English language? Now, I'm sure it goes into other languages as well, but hey, as I said, I was just looking up for the English language. And it got me thinking about, okay, so the most feared word is no. What are the implications of that? And I had a little bit of an aha moment of so many of us, and I would say I am a reformed people pleaser, but so many of us have the need to please and always are saying yes, and rarely, we really, really, really don't want to say no to people. And this made me realize and understand why we don't want to say no. Why is it that we struggle so much with saying this word? Now, if you think about it, if no is the most feared word in the English language, by saying no, we're instilling fear, or we're afraid we're going to instill fear in the other person. So my ask in this video, and you might think it's a bit of a weird and wacky one, is to become comfortable. Become okay with the word no. Because the thing is that, the fear that we have got this, we weren't born with it. We learnt it over the process of our lifetimes, of probably the misuse of the word no, of, not being able to celebrate it, seeing it as a negative, not as just a decision. And I think because I come from tech and software background, when yes and no is simply a decision tree that will allow you to go either this way or this way. That is all yes and no becomes, and it has helped me to become okay, to be comfortable around the word no. And then, because we do know it's a word that can instill fear, is by putting words around it that will, I suppose you could say, soften the blow a little bit, but it's not really. It's, saying no with kindness, and understanding and explanations like, sorry, no, but I'm busy at the moment. And I've just used a word in there that I really am struggling as well to try and use less of, is the word but. Because but is very, very associated with the word no. And I think like that, it's just to become aware of it. And I try to use the word as often, particularly when you're writing it. It's not as important when we're speaking it, because there's only 7% of our communication, personal communication, is the words. So when you can see my language and everything, you can hear the tone. So if I say, well, it's okay, it's quite a soft but. When it's written down though, and this is particularly when you're writing messages and writing stuff online, but can be a bit like, oh God, what's coming? Because there's no context around it. So particularly when you're writing things, online and that, try to use the word however, or just stop every time you see that you go to write that word but, just say, okay, can I put something that's a little kinder in there that just allows the flow? Because it is very much a stop word. It is something no more than, no, we can maybe overuse it. And it is a precursor to hearing that, oh, but, oh, there's a no coming. Now, the other precursor is normally the pause. And when you're waiting to hear somebody's decision and there's a pause, we again have learned to associate this with the word no coming. And you see this in action very much on, you know, these talent shows, America's Got Talent, whatever, the likes of Simon Cowell. He'll always, he'll give his information, his feedback and everything, and then he pauses. And he waits to see the pause start to hit and the disappointment start to lift before he'll go in with the yes. Because that's, that is the whole essence of creating the drama on TV. Can be a little bit cruel, but it's TV. It's the way they do TV and viewing. But the reason I'm saying a pause is, again, if you get a message from somebody and they're asking you a question or whatever, if you've read that message, just very easy to just message back and say, look, I'll get back to you. I have to find out or whatever. Just so you put in a break, so that kind of breaks from the pause from the question, so that you're not kind of building up fear and anticipation that they think, oh my God, I haven't heard back from them. There's a no coming. And I think this is very, very prevalent in the likes, when you're waiting for job interviews and that. And I'm sorry, if you are a recruiter, I'm saying this straight up because I've dealt with a lot of recruitment agencies over the years. It's just give an answer, and give a genuine explanation. If there's a no, you should always give feedback. If, try and help somebody when there is a no coming. That's what I say by do it with kindness. If you're going to say no, either help them with something that, point them in the direction on the path of where they may find what it is they're looking for, or how they can improve. But rather than the generic, and we've all got those letters, we used to call them the PFO letters, and I won't say what that acronym is about. You can guess for yourself. But when you got that letter, you're like, they haven't even taken the time. And I think that's why we start to struggle and fear the word no even more. Because, no is fine, but sometimes when you say no, you need to just guide somebody in the direction that will help them. Again, this is probably something that I've learned a lot because I do it with my therapy as well. If I can't help somebody or whatever, and I'm going to have to say, no, I can't help you, I always, before I do that, have found alternatives of where they can find help, and point them in the right direction. This, as I said, the language we use is so important. And it's something that fascinates me because I think what's really got me into not how we formally communicate, but how we just naturally communicate. And the likes of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and cognitive behavior therapy. And these are things that I have studied a lot over the years with my therapy side, of how the language we use and how our actions and everything result in the outcomes. So they're very interesting areas. I'm also, and I think that's where I'm coming from looking at a lot of this, is I'm looking in more on my tech side, because I am that dual personality, of going into the AI of, the language, the natural language processing of how we do it within AI. And I think when we do it on a computer, and I think computers are actually going to get, and AI is probably going to get a lot better at this than humans, because they will be able to create that clarity, between yes and no. And it's when it's no, then you go on to more options. So that's my ask in this video. See no as a guidance. It is purely just changing your direction for more options, okay? And try to become comfortable around hearing the word no. Watch when you're saying the word no. Are you saying no because you're tired, or no? Be honest when you're, and I think honesty is a huge one around, when we use the word no. We often just say, oh no, leave me alone. Or, oh no, so we're very good at using no probably out of context. And then when we do need to say no, we're not. So I hope you found that interesting. And certainly something I found very interesting. And that let's take the fear away from such a small little word. It's just 2 letters. And let's not be fearful of the word no anymore. Let's embrace it and use it with kindness and to help us move forward instead of stopping us in our tracks. So until the next video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Of course, share this with anybody you think might find useful, or any of my videos on my channel. And I will talk to you in the next video. And as I said, partly because of the research I'm doing at the moment for AI, there probably will be videos coming about how, our language and understanding and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy it too. I'll be talking about it a bit more in the next video. So talk to you then. Bye.